Every skyline tells a story, but none like New York's. A city carved by ambition, rebuilt by hope, and defined by architecture. From colonial docks to glass towers, every building whispers a chapter of its history. For 4 centuries, New York has reinvented itself, layer by layer, dream by dream. But to understand how it began, we must return to the beginning, when the first stone was laid on the edge of a wild island. In 1624, Dutch settlers built a small trading post called New Amsterdam. Wooden huts, windmills, and warehouses lined the harbor. The architecture was simple: steep roofs, brick facades, and narrow streets, designed to survive harsh winters and sea winds. In 1664, the British conquered New Amsterdam and renamed it New York, and with it came Georgian symmetry and colonial order. By the 1700s, New York's small port was transforming into a structured city, ready to become the heart of a nation. After the Revolution, New York was reborn as America's first capital and symbol of independence. The federal style reflected a young democracy, elegant, balanced, and inspired by Rome and Greece. Completed in 1812, City Hall stood as a masterpiece of civic architecture, a message of pride, power, and permanence. The 1811 Commissioner's Plan introduced the grid system, a design that would shape Manhattan forever. By mid-1800s, industry fueled the city's growth, wealth, trade, and a demand for housing. The brownstone became the symbol of middle-class New York, elegant, durable, and affordable. Immigrants brought their cultures, from Italian arches to Gothic spires, filling the skyline with diversity. In 1883, the Brooklyn Bridge connected not just 2 boroughs, but 2 centuries of progress. Steel changed everything. Suddenly, buildings could reach higher than ever before. Built in 1902, the Flatiron Building was the city's first icon, bold, triangular, and impossible to ignore. In 1913, the Woolworth Building, the Cathedral of Commerce, symbolized ambition turned to art. New York had discovered its identity: vertical, daring, unstoppable. The 1920s brought wealth, music, and a new art form, Art Deco. The Chrysler Building, completed in 1930, turned steel into sculpture. In 1931, amid the Great Depression, the Empire State Building rose, a symbol of defiance. Rockefeller Center fused art, business, and public space, a vision of hope during hard times. By the 1930s, New York wasn't just a city, it was the dream of modern civilization. Post-war America needed efficiency, and architecture answered with glass and steel. Buildings like Seagram and Lever House defined modernism, simplicity as luxury. Modernism also reshaped lives. Massive housing projects changed communities forever. By 1973, the Twin Towers redefined scale, symbols of world trade and unity. For the world, New York had become the center of everything: finance, culture, and architecture. Then came the darkest day, when the towers fell, the skyline broke, and the world wept. For years, the city's heart carried a hole, a reminder of loss and courage. But New York never gives up. The new one-world trade rose higher, built on faith and resilience. The memorial stands as silence in motion, where water flows, memory lives. The 21st century brought a new dream: sustainability. Glass met greenery. Hudson Yards became a new symbol: art, architecture, and community intertwined. Today's buildings think for themselves, powered by AI, solar energy, and smart design. Yet amidst the future, New York still protects its past, each brick a memory of its journey. What comes next? A city that breathes, where sustainability meets art, and architecture serves humanity. From wooden huts to towers of light, New York's architecture tells one truth: this city was never just built, it was imagined.